Hi y'all, I'm Chase, and this is my 2021 Harley-Davidson Pan Am Special, affectionately known as Wichita. And today we are going out for a little meet and greet kind of send off. I guess Adventure Harley in Dover is sending a bunch of their people up to the 120th anniversary celebration in Harley-Davidson, so I thought I'd go to see that. But today we're going to talk about everything, well, all the positives of the Pan Am. Positive number one, boy, does it got some, it's got some juice, some balls. It's a little bit different than most Harleys. Honestly, it's very different. It's more like a sport bike, not, you know, like a Japanese sport bike, but, you know, a sport bike-ish kind of motorcycle. It doesn't make its torque right off the bottom end like most regular Harleys, like their cruisers. Their cruisers run usually around like 1,800, $2,000, and then they usually make power up to about, you know, 3,600, $4,000. The torque on this is not bad. It's about 94 foot-pounds of torque, I think, so it's got plenty. But this one, it runs about $4,000. So $4,000 and up is where you're going to make most of your power, your torque. At least that's what I've noticed. I don't know if it'd be different on any other Pan Ams, but the Pan Ams that I've ridden and this one, they are very much the same. So I guess that's like or positive number one. Positive number two, the suspension. Oh my God, this is the best suspension I've ever had on any Harley, stock or otherwise. I've ridden a few other Harleys where somebody put, you know, a great suspension on, Legends or Olin's. I'm sorry, this beats every single one of them. I've never had a suspension. Now, I have this set up on custom, you know, the ride mode A. So it has the sport bike or sport throttle, but it has the comfort suspension. The comfort suspension setting is Cadillac-esque. And I don't mean new Cadillac. I mean 1965, 1967. Actually, you know what? Let's just call it old luxury car-esque. I had, and it wasn't even a luxury car, I had an old 1974 Dodge Monaco. Literally the Blues Brothers car. And that was the nicest suspension I've ever ridden in, besides a friend that had a 1965 Cadillac. It was a two-door, but damn, those suspensions were... There is no plusher ride. I had an Audi A4. I love the ride on that, but even that wasn't as plush. This, I can change it from plush to, let's call it sport bike. You can stiffen up the suspension just by pushing a button. Really, this is the best suspension I have ever ridden or driven or just rode in. I honestly can't believe it's this good. I don't have any complaints about it. It is seriously the best suspension I've ever ridden on, besides maybe in those old, you know, like 60s and 70s cars, those plush suspensions. Oh wow. Oh, that's great. I hit 90 before I even Before I even got off the entrance or exit entrance. I'm so confused. That was so fast. Oh my God. Okay, I guess that segues into number 3, the horsepower. Oh my. Oh my. You know, every time I ride this, that's, oh God, it's I don't even have a word for it. See, I'm kind of dumbstruck. It was, I try not to go full, you know, tilt on the throttle, full wrist, whatever you want to call it. But man, giving it the beans just even a little bit, and she rips. Man, does it rip. Again, I have never ridden a Harley that would even come close to this. Not a one. This thing rips so bad. I've never ridden a 131. I'd like to, but I don't know. I think that might be a different sensation. It would be more off the bottom. So, but man, this thing, it rips. It just rips so well. Oh, that was lovely. Oh. Okay, well, that was 3. 4. I'm gonna go with well, wind protection. Now, I know everybody will say, well, you can get that on any Harley. You can add stuff to make the wind protection better, but honestly, the way this bike is set up, this is more grand touring. Not even grand touring, let's call it ultra. It's more like an ultra classic, or, you know, what do you want to call it? I can't remember what the Road Glide one is called. The ones with the top box and, you know, the lower fairings and all that stuff. It is only 60 degrees. Yeah, actually it was 59 degrees. It's only 59 degrees. So at 59 degrees when I left, yeah, it wasn't cold at all. I mean, my legs are perfect. Not too hot, not too cold. They're great. So yeah, the wind protection is maybe not as good as on, you know, one of the ultras, but I'll be damned if it isn't close. In fact, it has more wind protection than my Road King, and I think it actually has more wind protection than a Road Glide or a Street Glide, because it goes all the way down to the legs. So yeah. Let's see. Number 5, well, this is kind of subjective. Seat comfort. Seat comfort, this is the most comfortable seat I have ever, well, okay, most comfortable stock seat I have ever had on a Harley. Honestly, I considered just getting a Saddleman like I always do right off the rip. I wasn't even going to try it, but I had to ride this thing 90 miles to my house. It had a few lights because of the, it needed an update. Had a few lights flashing. I did the update. I rode it another 90 miles. It still had a little wrench. That was actually a reminder to flush the brake fluid. They took it back. I rode it another 90 miles there and another 90 miles back. And all that riding that I had to do, I was very surprised at the seat. Now, I did modify the seat a hair. It is in the lowest position just because it makes it easier to get on and off of it. It's not that I don't need it in the lower position, because I'm perfectly, I don't know, I can put my feet down both sides either way. It doesn't matter if it's high or low. The lower setting just makes it a slightly bit easier to get onto. I did do some slight modifications to the seat. Originally it would slightly tilt you forward no matter what height you were at, but with those modifications, I pretty much there's two little rubber bumpers in the back, and on the lowest setting those rubber bumpers keep it slightly tilted, so I popped those rubber bumpers out. Now it's just plastic underneath there, it's not going to really hurt anything. The seat actually is more stable with those rubber bumpers removed than with them in. I know, sounds insane, but I think because it fits closer and it wraps more around the frame itself. So I took that out, but that made it a whole lot more comfortable. Now I do still get a little bit of slide forward, which is can occasionally, if you're on a long ride, your jeans or pants, or if you like to wear shorts, it starts kind of tightening up in the crotch area, kind of binding. But you can stand up and scoot back and kind of scoot the material back, or just do the uncouth thing of doing a crotch adjustment right there on the freeway in front of God and everybody. Which I've also done. So really, that's I do like these as a bonus. I will say I do like the these hand guards. They are nice. They block a lot of wind. I think the only other thing yeah, that's about it. I mean, I like this bike a lot. I at first, you know, with the troubles that I was having, and you know, it's not like I haven't had that with another bike before. You know, Alice had some little, you know, problems, some minor issues when I first got her. So it's not the first time that I bought a bike and I had some minor issues. I mean, one of my Sportsters I bought had a bent front rim, and I didn't know it until I got out on a freeway, because you couldn't really tell until you got over about 45. So, and I had to replace a whole rim. So, but you know, those are the positives. This bike is running very well. Everything's charging right. It's doing pretty good. So, all in all, I'm hoping this turns into a positive experience, and not just for me, for my own, you know, well-being, because I love motorcycling, but because, you know, for Harley-Davidson itself. You know, I know people like to rag on new bikes and if they have problems, and people kind of get a sick thrill from that. I've never understood that sick thrill. I mean, when I heard that Aprilia was having problems with their new Tuaregs, I mean, honestly, I was interested in that bike, and they were having, like, connecting rods just falling apart, breaking. I mean, that's kind of made me feel bad for them. You know, they put a lot of money and work into, you know, making that engine, and to see it disintegrate, you know, a major part like that disintegrate, that's kind of sad. I don't want to see them fail. I like Aprilia. So let me know what you guys think. I'm sure there'll be a follow-up video of the things I don't like. But right now I think that's going to be it. Like, comment, subscribe. I read every single comment. Flick that ding-a-ling to be notified of any new videos that come out with. All this stuff helps with the YouTube algorithm. I appreciate every single one of you for watching. Thank you, guys, gals, lads, and lasses. And bye, y'all.